Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings and Yahoo for Tuesday, April the 16th. We do have a big Tuesday slate, 13-game main slate on DraftKings and Yahoo today. Like always, I'm going to go through the pitcher player pool and talk about some of the pitchers that I like on this big slate. We'll look at 3 hitters that I'm targeting, and then we'll talk about some stacks that I'll be going to. We'll look at BVP plays at the end as well, for those of you that are interested in BVP. Just before we do get started, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time clicking on a video on my channel, thank you so much for checking out the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that way you won't miss out on any of my new uploads. But let's go ahead and look at pitchers today. So we have 2 stud options over 10K. We got Tyler Glasnow in a great matchup with the Orioles, and Steven Strasburg also in a great matchup getting to face the Giants. I really like both guys today. If you guys don't know, I play about 20 lineups a night on DraftKings for MLB, and I play about 10 lineups on Yahoo. I'm definitely not going to go all in on one of these 2 guys. I'm going to mix up my exposure, but I expect to have more Tyler Glasnow. I think he's going to be one of my highest owned pitchers on this slate. Steven Strasburg, though, I will definitely have some exposure to. Just won't be playing him as much as Glasnow. I really like Glasnow here. He gets a great matchup with the Orioles. And he's facing them at home as well, which is a good pitcher's park in Tampa Bay. That's one of the more pitcher-friendly parks. On Yahoo, I think Glasnow is even better play because he's $4 cheaper than Strasburg. Strasburg's 47, Glasnow is 43. Really like Glasnow over there. I would still be playing him even if he was the most expensive pitcher. But since he's cheaper than Strasburg, that makes him even more appealing. And even on DraftKings, where he's more expensive than Strasburg, I still really like Tyler Glasnow today. This guy's really figured it out after having a couple rough years to start off in the majors. Back when he was with the Pirates, ever since getting traded to Tampa Bay, he's really figured it out. He's got great swing and miss stuff. Every game he's pitched this year, he's gone at least 5 innings. 5 innings against Houston, 6 innings against the Giants, and then 6 innings in his last start against the White Sox. 4, 6, and 11 strikeouts. A great strikeout matchup. I think we could see Glasnow go 6 innings again and possibly get double-digit strikeouts. 30 DraftKings points is not out of the possibility for him. And I think he does outscore Strasburg today. I think Strasburg also has a lot of upside, though, in his matchup, so I will have some exposure to Strasburg today. Just expect to have more exposure to Glasnow. I don't really have a ton of interest in any of the other pitchers towards the top, like Robbie Ray against the Braves. You could look to. Braves much worse against lefties than righties, but still, he's just so closely priced to Glasnow and to Strasburg that I'm just not really that interested in Robbie Ray. Like Jack Flaherty, Kenta Maeda, Colin McHugh. McHugh's looked really good this year, and on the road against Oakland, I wouldn't mind going there, especially since he's like $1,500 cheaper than Strasburg, $1,600 cheaper than Glasnow. You could look to McHugh, but I want to talk about some of the SP2s that maybe we could pair with Glasnow. There's really not a lot of value pitchers that I like today that are really cheap. I expect Kyle Gibson probably gets a lot of ownership because he's $6,400 and he's facing a really bad Blue Jays team. I think people are going to really go to Kyle Gibson, which I wouldn't mind. I don't love him. I don't think he's going to be a core play for me. But if I'm trying to pay up for an expensive stack and I want to get in some expensive pitching, then Kyle Gibson will probably be a guy I look to. But for my SP2s, I'm kind of looking in this 8K range. I expect myself to be spending at pitcher today. I don't think I'm going to be able to, or I don't think I'm going to see myself playing a lot of Gibson. I think I'm going to be trying to get like Glasnow, Strasburg, one of those 2 guys, and then fitting them with one of these 8K guys. The 8K guy I really like is Jose Quintana. He's $8,400 on DraftKings. He is pretty expensive. When you pair him with Glasnow, that only leaves you $38.75 remaining per player for your bats. So we're definitely going to need to look for some value bats. On Yahoo, Quintana's a little bit better priced over here at $36. You can play him and Glasnow pretty easily and still fit in some expensive bats on Yahoo. But on DraftKings, where we're only left with $38.75, a little bit tougher. But I still really like Quintana here. He's facing a Marlins team that we know is just not very good offensively. They have a low implied run total today at 3.9 runs. I played quite a bit of Yu Darvish on Monday night. I don't know how that's going right now. I'm recording this video as that game's going on. I expect to be playing a lot of Quintana again, or going back to this Cubs pitchers and playing Quintana here against this Marlins team. It's just not a good lineup. If you look at their projected lineup, at the top, there's not a lot of strikeouts there. Like Rojas, Prado, Castro don't strike out much. You can definitely get some Ks from Brian Anderson. Jorge Lopez, okay. But like the 5 through 8, 5 through 9, that's where you get a lot of the strikeouts. Brinson, Alfaro, Dean, Herrera, Lopez, the pitcher. Definitely strikeouts for Quintana. He's coming off a really good start as well, where he went 7 innings, 11 Ks, only allowed 4 hits against the Pirates. Looked really good. 38 DraftKings points in his last start. And now he gets a great matchup against the Marlins. I do like Jose Quintana quite a bit today. I will be playing him a lot as my SP2. And maybe even some lineups where I don't want to spend at pitcher and I want to try and fit in an expensive stack. Maybe I'll go Quintana as my SP1 and then pair him with a guy like Gibson for cheap if I need to do that. But I think that's it for like core pitchers. If I'm paying up, Strasburg, Glasnow are the two guys I'm looking to, with Glasnow being my preferred option. But if we're going to like this mid-range, looking for maybe SP1s, SP2s, like McHugh you got John Gray against Padres, I wouldn't mind going there. You have Quintana. Even like Marchuvius, I'm not sure how you say Marchuvius. I don't even know how you say this guy's name, but at home against the Rockies, you could look to him at 7,900. And then the value play, you got Gibson down there at 6,400 you could look to. So those are the pitchers I feel like I'm going to be playing mostly today. Now looking for some bats, we are definitely going to need to find some value bats today since we kind of spent at pitcher. There's a cheap guy I really like at second base. Danny Santana, he batted second on Monday against the Angels. Not sure who was pitching. I can't remember who was pitching. I think it was Trevor Cahill. Yeah, Trevor Cahill pitched Monday, a righty. Now they're facing Matt Harvey on Tuesday, another righty. And Danny Santana is projected to bat second again. He just really stands out as a cheap value play. Hard to find these cheap guys in good spots batting towards the top of the lineup, but we do get that with Danny Santana. Facing Matt Harvey, a pretty bad pitcher. It's a great hitter's park in Texas. He's going to be batting towards the top of the order. Really hard not to like him here. Once we got him in the lineup batting second, I did play him in a abundance of lineups. I think I had him in like 30, 35%. Because he was just hard to avoid, batting towards the top of the order for a team with a high implied run total. We don't have implied run totals for this game right now, but I expect both teams to probably have at least a 5 implied run total, if not higher. Two pretty bad pitchers going in Mike Minor and Matt Harvey. I like both sides of this game if you're looking for potential stacks today. So Danny Santana batting second, I like quite a bit as a value play. I think he's going to be pretty popular, but hard to avoid. He's dirt cheap on Yahoo as well. He's in the outfield, which isn't as appealing, but he's really cheap, $8, close to minimum salary. I like him quite a bit on Yahoo. But now talking about another value play I like at shortstop, same game, but on the other side, Andrelton Simmons, 3,700 on DraftKings, and a shortstop on Yahoo, he's very cheap as well. He's $10 over here. I think he is definitely a value play you can look to from the other side of this game. Facing Mike Minor, a lefty, who has really struggled this year. He did have one good start. Mike Minor did against the Astros. He did pitch really well in that start, but especially at home this year, Mike Minor's kind of struggled. It's not a good pitcher's park. It's a great hitter's park. He's faced the Cubs at home and really struggled. Then he pitched against Houston at home, did really well against Houston. Then he pitched against Arizona on the road. He did pretty decent in that start. 7 innings, allowed 2 runs, got 5 strikeouts, 17 DK points. Now Minor is having to face an Angels team that is going to roll out a bunch of righties. Obviously, some of these riders are not very good, like guys, especially towards the bottom of the lineup, like Kevon Smith, Zach Cozart, Peter Borges. Not really good hitters, but still, these aren't guys that really strike out much. They're going to put the ball in play versus Mike Minor. And looking at Simmons, he's one of the lowest strikeout rate guys in the league. This dude just does not strike out. He's going to put the ball in play. Batting towards the top of the order at 3,700 for a team with a high implied run total. I think Andrelton Simmons at shortstop, looking at the position, he looks like one of the better values if you are trying to go cheap at shortstop. And obviously, if you're stacking the Angels today, he definitely makes a lot of sense. But now, looking for my final play on DraftKings, we're going to look in the outfield. Really like Nomar Mazara going back to the Texas side versus Matt Harvey. Mazara has not had that great of a year so far, especially at least on the power department. Only 2 home runs this year, batting .238. But this is a great spot for Mazara to really get things going. Obviously, Matt Harvey, we've said over and over, not that good of a pitcher, really struggles to lefties, gives up home runs. There's a lot of lefties in this projected lineup for the Rangers, a lot of lefties that have power as well. Chu, Mazara, Gallo, Asdrubal Cabrera could easily go deep here versus Matt Harvey, and Danny Santana as well does have some power. Andrus, even though he's a righty, I still like him as well. He's just really expensive at shortstop. He's $4,900, whereas you could play Simmons for $1,200 cheaper. But Mazara I really like quite a bit. If you want to go to Chew for just 100 more, I think Chew's a really good play. Obviously, Gallo's a great play if you can pay up for Gallo. He is very expensive, though. He's up here at like 4,800. But I still like Gallo quite a bit as well. But on Yahoo, since the pitchers we put in are so cheap, we could definitely spin in the outfield if we want to. And look into that game. Obviously, Mike Trout's one of the top options on the slate. He was back in the lineup on Monday night. I expect he's back in the lineup here again on Tuesday, facing a lefty in Mike Minor, who, like I said, is not very good, struggles to righties. Trout's one of the best hitters in the league. One of the best hitters in the league versus lefties. Obviously a ton of power. Not much needs to be said. Mike Trout's facing Mike Minor in Texas. Hard to avoid him on today's slate. So if I can spend up in the outfield, even on DraftKings, if you can find a way to get to Trout. He's really expensive. He's $5,700, but definitely worth that price tag. He's $27 on Yahoo, especially with how cheap pitching is over there, with how soft their pitcher pricing is. It's a lot easier to get to Trout on Yahoo. I like him quite a bit over there. But yeah, these are my 5 plays for DraftKings, 5 plays for Yahoo. We'll quickly go over some stacks We'll quickly look at some teams to stack, or teams that I'm going to be looking to stack today, then we'll go over BVP. So I think my number 1 stack today, by a pretty decent margin, is going to be the Rangers. Love them here at home versus Harvey. Just a great spot. I think the Angels on the other side of that game are another team you could look to. This KC and Chicago White Sox game, I'm definitely going to be going back to with bats. I stacked this game quite a bit on Monday. Even if it fails me, I'm going to go right back to it. Jorge Lopez, 2 pitchers I don't believe in, 2 pitchers I want to pick on. I like both sides of this game if you're looking for bats. I think some Astros bats versus Marco Estrada makes some sense. I wouldn't go too heavy on them because the ballpark's not very good. Estrada has been able to have success in that ballpark so far this year, but I still do like some Astros bats if you want to consider them. Then other teams we could potentially look to stack. The Rays are getting Dylan Bundy. Bundy has really struggled this year, especially in the power department, and been giving up a lot of home runs. Guys like Meadows, Pham, G-Man Choi, even like Diaz, Lau. I think these are guys you could definitely play, so I wouldn't mind a Ray stack as well. But that's kind of where I'm looking to for stacks today. Now quickly going over some BVP plays before we end the video. Buster Posey, 9 for 22 off of Steven Strasburg. Zach Cozart, 4 for 12 with 2 home runs off of Mike Minor. Jonathan Lucroy, 5 for 13 with a home run off of Mike Minor. So those are 2 guys that have hit Minor well. Whit Merrifield, 7 for 18 with a home run off of Renato Lopez. Will Myers, 9 for 26 with a home run off of John Gray. Manuel Margot, 3 for 10 off of John Gray. Marcus Semien, 10 for 26 with a home run off of Colin McHugh. Hanley Ramirez, 6 for 12 with the home run off of Mike Leake. And lastly, Jose Ramirez, 3 for 10 with a home run off of Mike Leake. So those are some BVP plays today. I think that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hopefully it did help you. If you enjoyed the video, like always, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like. And if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Or like always, you can hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.